Hello, patient, generous, nurturing Taurus. Welcome to my new astrology and tarot YouTube channel. My name is Eliane Nicole, and I am an astrologer and a tarot card reader, and this is my very first post ever for Taurus. And what I'm going to do is a monthly overview for the month of November 2018 for Taurus. And I will also talk about some of the planets. Please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to do posts throughout the month as well that are going to be more specific to what's going on, because there's only so much that I can cover right here, right now. But I do want to give you a little something. So I'm going to start by shuffling the deck, and I'm going to do a Celtic cross layout. It's the standard tarot layout. If you've ever had a tarot reading, you've seen that layout. If you're a reader, you certainly know that layout. And I'm going to lay out the cards. I will tell you what they are, and then I will go around and describe them in greater depth. So Taurus, your significator at the time of the reading is the Knight of Rods. You're covered by the Four of Swords, crossed by the Four of Cups. The basis is the Knight of Pentacles. What's leaving is death. What could come into being is the Lovers reversed. What will come into being is the Queen of Swords reversed. Fears or insecurities or justice reversed. Others see you is the Nine of Swords. Positive feelings about are the Nine of Pentacles. And then the outcome is the Two of Swords reversed. So yeah, I always like to start my readings with clients by letting them know the major arcana that are in the reading. And the major arcana that are in the November reading for Taurus are Death, the Lovers, and Justice. So November for Taurus is about change, it's about your relationship, love and romance, and it's about fairness, it's about equality and balance and justice. So Taurus, in the beginning of November, your significator is the Knight of Rods. The Knight of Rods, for Taurus men, this means that you are on the move. You may be actually traveling at the beginning of November, literally, or you might just be, on the move. It looks like it's interesting because for Taurus women, I would say that there is a fire sign man who is coming in. He's walking towards you. It could be a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. And it could also be a man that you're working with. And it could also be, the court cards are often people. And this man is covered by the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. So again, fours are all about structure and foundation. And so they're also about boundaries and limitations. So this man on the move is needing some time for reflection. Because he is kind of bored and apathetic, but moving around. And the basis of this situation is his business. And again, for Taurus men, this is you. For Taurus women, this is a man who is very close to you. And he is trying to do something with business. He's business-minded this month. And what's leaving is death. So there's some significant change that's happened in your life. The death card comes up for literal deaths. It comes up for moves. It comes up for pregnancies. It comes up for breakups in relationships. This is leaving. This happened for you, possibly this summer or in the past month, and this phase is passing for you. What could come into being is the Lovers reversed. So that could be a lover's quarrel. What will come into being is the Queen of Swords reversed. So for my Taurus women, I would say the Queen of Swords reversed can mean a couple of things. It could mean that you are having trouble expressing something that's on your mind. It could be that there's information that you're holding back. This could have to do with your relationship. It could have to do with your romance. It could have to do with some issue where you're feeling like things are unfair or unbalanced. And maybe you're having trouble talking about that. The other end of the spectrum is that you could talk about it and say something sharp. So with the Queen of Swords reversed ahead of you, Taurus, I think that, you know, you want to explore what's going on with that throat chakra area. And if you want to know more about that, I encourage you to reach out to me for a specific reading. But again, this communication could be around the Lovers reversed, which is the Lovers quarrel that I saw that could come into being, or it's a possible separation from your lover or not seeing eye to eye with your lover. And then it could also be communication that's around an injustice of some kind, inequality, unbalance, and it could be both. It could be injustice, imbalance, inequality in your relationship that you need to communicate about. Others see you as frustrated and having some anxiety, the Nine of Swords, feeling restricted by something. Your positive feelings are the Nine of Pentacles. So for Taurus women, you are feeling really good about your money and your finances this month, and you're really feeling good about your independence. You have it together materially, and you feel very positive about that. And the outcome for Taurus this month is the Two of Swords reversed. So this is going to be a seeing things that you haven't seen, letting your guard down, taking the blindfolds off, really looking at the landscape around you and seeing some things that possibly you haven't looked at before. So that's where you end the month, like after Thanksgiving. So yeah, it looks like a great month. For Taurus men, you know, you have some reflection to do and some foundational work to do. For Taurus women, you guys are looking a lot more stable and centered within yourselves possibly than the Taurus men. However, Taurus women may be dealing with a male energy in your life who needs your support as he's going through something. So yeah, those are the cards for Taurus for the month of November. If you have any specific questions, I encourage you to contact me for your own personal tarot reading, because it gets more specific and I can really see a lot more, and especially if I've done your birth chart. So I also encourage you to contact me to have a natal chart done, and my email is in the bio in the YouTube, in my description or bio, the thing you drop down. So also I want to talk about, before I go, I'm going to talk about some of the planets that are happening in November. November 1st and 2nd is Dios de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos. And I'm so ghetto not saying that right, excuse me. So November 1st and 2nd, Day of the Dead. And this is the time of the year where the veil is the thinnest between our world and the spirit world. So it's an excellent time to try and make contact with the ancestors, channel loved ones that have passed. This is a very potent time for communication with the other side. So if that's something that you want to do, now is a good time. November 1st, Jupiter is trine Chiron in transit. That is taking place in the late degrees of Scorpio and Pisces. Scorpio opposes Taurus, so you may feel this transit, and it's about expansion around healing, and it's grace, travel, education around healing, and it's opposing your sun. So there may be some exploration of your identity or sense of self that is that happens around November 1st for Taurus. November 6th, Uranus is square the true node. Uranus in Taurus is square the true node in Leo, and this is 0 degrees Taurus. So this is going to be similar, Taurus, to something that you felt maybe around April, where there was a shakeup in your life that kind of changed everything. This is coming back November 6th, another kind of shakeup energy like that, as Uranus starts heading backwards into Aries. And again, I would like to get into this more specifically. This is a great time if you're a Taurus to get a reading. November 7th, Jupiter is in Scorpio, is trine the North Node in Cancer. And for people born in the later degrees of Uranus, this is going to affect you a lot. There is going to be, again, expansion regarding your higher purpose, education regarding your higher purpose, travel. This is going to probably for Taurus manifest in some kind of tension or challenge, but it's a very, very expansive, very beneficial aspect. November 7th is also the new moon in Scorpio, and this is a very significant new moon for Taurus because Taurus opposes Scorpio in the zodiac, and so this new moon has a lot of growth for Taurus. It can be an emotionally challenging new moon for Taurus, but there is so much growth and goodness here, and it's a great time to set intentions around anywhere in your life where there needs to be a transformation. It's a good time to set intentions around where you were feeling powerless and where you feel you need to regain some power in your life. The new moon of Scorpio is a great time to set intentions regarding rebirth. If there's any place where you need to regenerate, if you want to reinvent in any area of your life, the new moon in Scorpio is a very powerful time to set these intentions. And I have an altar for every new moon, and I'm able to do new moon intentions, candle burning rituals for 4 clients a month only. So if you're interested in having me do that under the new moon for you, the new moon of Scorpio, again, it's about power. It's about death. It's about rebirth. It's about regeneration. It's a great time to connect with the ancestors, the new moon of Scorpio, in November. November 8th, there's just so much going on in November in the sky. It's a very, very exciting time. And so I do encourage you to reach out to me to have a personal tarot reading, to have your birth chart done, to get your transits read. November 8th, Jupiter is quincunx Uranus. This is Jupiter in Scorpio, 29 degrees Scorpio, quincunx Uranus at 29 degrees Aries. So this is going to be very significant for Taurus because Scorpio, again, opposes Taurus on the zodiac. So for those Tauruses born in the later degrees of Taurus, this is going to be an unexpected shakeup. It could be quite expansive. It could bring a lot of good luck. Yeah, November 8th, Jupiter enters Sagittarius. This is going to be a new positioning for Jupiter. It's been in Scorpio for the past year. Mars is entering Pisces. Then on November 16th, Mercury is going retrograde in Sagittarius. And Mercury retrograde is a time of communication breakdowns, postponements, technological difficulties, depending on what house Mercury is going retrograde in your chart. That is going to determine for you, Taurus, where you need to watch out for these communication breakdowns or delays or technological difficulties. So again, call me to have your chart done and I can tell you exactly where this is passing through your chart. And November 23rd is the full moon in Gemini. This is a curious full moon. It's an inquisitive full moon. It's a full moon. It's not a super emotional full moon, but it's a very talkative full moon. It's a full moon that wants to talk about your feelings. And it can also be a nervous energy full moon. Gemini rules the nervous system, and so for nervous types, this full moon maybe bring up anxiety. It's a good time to do cardio, to do exercise, to do any kind of calming things for the nervous system are really good under the Gemini full moon if you're prone to nervousness. And even if you're not a nervous person, it could be a more anxious you could be feeling more anxiety than you normally do under a Gemini full moon, possibly. Again, there are so many aspects, and I'm new at this. I'm just learning how to kind of talk for this long into the camera, and thank you for joining me, Taurus. I will be back to do your December review. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share it with your friends, and please continue to check in because I'm going to do posts throughout the month talking about what's going on with the moon, the planets, and the stars, and the meta realm and how it relates to you. So thank you for joining me. I hope you stick with me. Have a great November, Taurus. Bye.